from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, October the 2nd. We've got a great night planned here on the Sports Money Network, including Thursday Night Football, NFL style, with the Rams taking on the 49ers and that runaway point spread. Also, we've got Major League Baseball, 3 games on tap. Deciders here today. Who's going to advance? Who's going to join the Dodgers as a wild card team to advance into the division series here? We'll find out today. Can my Padres advance, or will it be the Cubs? There's some Cubs fans here, I know, in our chat here today. So, should be fair enough. And, hey, what else is going on here in sports today? How about NBA basketball? What? In just a couple of hours from Dubai at 12 Eastern and 9 Pacific. They moved up those baseball games because of there's only 3 games. They can shift them a little bit later, and then, hey, stick a NBA game in there for us to watch this morning. It'd be nice to be back on the hardwood here as they come to Dubai. They'll have a game also on Saturday over there, but we'll tip it off tonight here, or today in just a couple of hours here, and a little bit of NHL action tonight as well, and we'll find some other sporting events here today, including the golf action underway in the PGA with Sanderson Farms event. And man, we just saw tennis match, even though I had to chase it down somehow a little bit with that. Was that a special promo? I had to go watch the match on some stream there with Paolini and Anisimova. It was on the Tennis Channel app. They said, right? And man, I had trouble getting over that match there at the beginning. Good thing it was a good match with Anisimova winning there, and Coco Gauff advanced as well. All right, let me say hello to the folks in the chat. We'll recap the action from last night. Hope you joined Sean Fox and had some fun last night there on the channel with the betting throwdown. We had the baseball game last night. Don't worry, you guys. And Sean doing great, but we do know that once we get in the NBA, I promise we'll be really going with Sean here. We kind of let him down with no games here on Wednesday night, but we'll be coming through here real soon with some NBA action as the season ready to get underway here about 19 days, and we'll play some preseason until then as well here. We'll talk about it here in just a moment. Let me see who's here in the chat here right now and say hello to some folks. We got Timothy Hawk here. We got Blake ready to go. He's ready to go with some props today. Likes clarity under 11.5 outs today in the game against Cleveland. And Joe W. here, he says, go Guardians today. Could they completely turn this around after that first game? You probably think they might, for sure. Here's VAR. Nice to see VAR in the chat. Thank you, my friend, for stopping by and saying hi. And thank you for your support. All right, and folks, you can get more plays from me here today over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get my high volume selections, including action from tennis overnight. Hey, I had a 2-1 night there last night. We had De Jong, we had we had the Magic Man in there. We did have a L with Opel Cub. We went 2-1 overnight with those picks, and we had a couple winners in the Champions League. There we had little Champions League action there yesterday, and there's some soccer out there today as well with Europa League today, and that's kind of the featured attraction. It feels like today in soccer. Did see the U.S. Open Cup last night. We didn't cover it here, but I saw Nashville won the U.S. Open Cup. There, had it on. It wasn't much going on. Even the U.S. Open Cup made it to my screens last night. They were able to beat Austin 2-1 for the U.S. Open Cup. I mean, you'd think in a perfect world that'd be a big deal, right? I mean, it's like the equivalent of the FA Cup in the United States, which doesn't amount to much, I guess. All right, let's look at some of the action from yesterday in Major League Baseball with the big games, with the playoffs, and man, we got some more today. Going to be pretty exciting here. I can't wait, and got to wait a couple hours extra, but that's okay because I'm nervous for the Padres here today. So ESPN kind of got lucky. You know what? I think it's interesting to note because what I said here right about how the first 3 years of this new format, the 3 home games for the wild card winner, have basically gone by the way of the team that won the first game, had won all 12 series so far. Now, so far it's all 13, make no mistake, because of the Dodgers win over Cincinnati. It is now 13-0, the team that wins the first game. But previously, 10 of the first 12 had ended in 2 games, and they've only had 2 game 3s. But we do have here 3 game 3s today. It's actually the first time since 1981 that there were 3 winner-take-all games on the same day. I don't know how that happened back in 1981, but that's what they tell me. So we'll have today the 3 games with Tigers in Cleveland, Padres in Chicago, and the Red Sox and the Yankees. Because yesterday, the Guardians were able to knock off the Tigers. Cleveland scored 5 runs at the bottom of the 8th inning. Who are these guys that hit the home runs for Cleveland yesterday? I'm not going to downplay their lineup, but they had some interesting. Bo Naylor, of course, had the 3-run home run. George Valerio with the home run there, I think, right? And also Rocchio had the home run for Cleveland, Braylon Rocchio. So they tied the series, game 3 tonight there for Cleveland. They got a lot of momentum here right now. Feels like the Tigers are right back to where they started, back in that slump. So they can't really get hit. And Cleveland felt like a lot of excitement there in that big inning. So we'll see what happens today. We'll talk about it. Padres over the Cubs. The Padres bullpen got 16 outs, allowed 1 base runner. That's what I'm talking about. Cease was strong in the game, just as he has been against the Cubs. Shouldn't have fretted on that. Machado, 2-run home run in the 5th inning to break a big slump. It'll be Darvish and Tyone today. Manny had a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. That ended his hitless spell. Then the bullpen came in, and Morejon, 2 1/3 innings, no hits allowed. Mason Miller struck out 5 batters and no hits. He did hit a guy there, and then Suarez came in to get the save. Fernando Tatis made an athletic catch out there. Don't get hurt, Fernando. And then a game-ending double play for my Padres. So Yu Darvish will be backed up by Michael King and Randy Vasquez today. Meanwhile, Tyone will be backed by Ben Brown. Both bullpens are getting a little tired. That's a big advantage for San Diego, quite frankly, because they'll have to come in today. So talk about that one as well. Hey, how about the Yankees and the Red Sox? Yankees get the win. Austin Wells had the game-winning hit in the 8th inning, and they came through. Trevor Story knocked in all 3 Boston runs, and we've got early Schlittler. That's the matchup today in the game. Ben Rice had a 2-run home run early in that one. The Yankees bullpen was decent. It was good. 3 shutout innings in that one. So maybe the Yankees bullpen is looking good at the right time, but they're a pretty big favorite today in game number 3. And also, the Dodgers, they win easy. Mookie Betts 4 for 5. Dodgers are looking like the world champs already, but the Phillies are next, and the bullpen will look bad again for the Dodgers there almost. But problem here is the Dodgers just get production from their whole lineup. This time it was the 7 through 9 hitters that went 7 for 12 with 5 runs scored in the game. So kind of looking too good here are those Dodgers here. The Reds, tough blow to get swept out of there in 2 games, but they kind of were late invitee, let's just call them. All right, say hello to a few more folks here, and AOD is coming in to say hello. Thank you to AOD. And also, Nuke is here. He says, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Bunny, here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Cash Kane is here, ready to go. Jerry Davis, thank you, Jerry. Nice to see you today. And Jerry, I think that's what you're supposed to do once you retire, is get up and say, I don't have to worry about having to listen in and then go to work, because I could just listen in and then go back to bed. I think everyone knows that sometimes, unless there's some killer baseball games on or some NBA preseason or something, that maybe Ramon likes to go back to bed a little bit after the morning steam, as long as there's no action here. When do you sleep? Right in that little window right there when there's no sports on Monday through Friday. The weekends, forget about it. Got to stay up all night. All right. Anyways, get some more plays from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. Those are my high volume plays. Going to come at you with some good volume here this weekend as well. So hopefully you'll find it worth your while to subscribe for just 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM at checkout. And I'll give you some extra content. I can come on with you here and deliver some plays here every day on the morning steam. But if you want some more plays from me in kind of a timely fashion, sometimes I send them out as late as 30 minutes before tip-off, kickoff, first pitch, first tee, like it did today, the Sanderson Championship. I wasn't even going to go in there, but you know what? I liked some of the plays at the top of the board. Favorites. I think I was kind of on some favorites here. The thing is, the big names aren't there, so the favorites are like 20, 25, 30 to 1 at the Sanderson Farms Championship. If you're going to get my free plays, they've just teed off, so if you want to get my plays over there, they've only been on the course for about 60 to 90 minutes. Not everyone has even teed off yet, but you can get my plays over there. Tell you what, one of my players right now has a birdie here, and he's tied for third here currently with Fishburne on my list of players here today. So, and a lot of guys haven't even teed off yet. So check it out over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Go to the free plays there, and that's where I sent my golf out today. All right. And Jimmy is here as well. Yeah, right? No problem, Padres. Well, tongue in cheek, maybe there, I guess, Jerry. Given the situation, I think I will take that there. Right? Whoa. Sorry, guys. That's a little noisy there. I'm having some power issues right here. But, yeah, Jerry, I'm willing to go with that, right? I mean, Yu Darvish probably given up about 300 batting average here over the last few starts for sure. And, I know Michael King has certainly been not what we were expecting here, although maybe he did an okay job throughout the season. And then Vasquez, whenever he always gets in there and seems to come through, makes it a little nervous for sure. Ken Mizrahi's here today, and Jimbo is here. All right. Anything else going on in the world of sports here this weekend? Don't forget to join us here this Saturday for UFC 320. We got that main event here this week, and you can catch the guys here on the channel with all the previews here so far, including that main event with Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight championship. This Saturday night, we'll be here on the Sports Money Network. Check us out here on Saturday from the T-Mobile Arena. We'll be live companion stream coverage here. And also, don't forget, you can check out VB MMA Picks, get the plays from VB and our guest this week. And we also had First Strike is up, ready, and available underneath the videos tab. Check out First Strike. The guys have their top plays as well here this week. So check us out here for the action UFC 320 here on Saturday night. And I'll be there, of course, as well, trying to follow up last week's decent results for woohoo! And try not to get mad when I lose. All right. Anyway, so I think those are kind of the featured attractions here as we get ready to head into the weekend. We had some managerial news in baseball yesterday. Brian Snitker is going to basically step down from the Braves. I wouldn't expect Snitker to land a job elsewhere. He spent 50 years in the Braves organization, so probably be more of a retirement, I would think, for Snitker. Rockies fired their GM. That seemed like a no-brainer right there, didn't it? Buster Posey said Bruce Bochy is not a candidate for the Giants job, but you know who is a candidate for a job will be Albert Pujols. You know, he's been sharpening his tack a little bit in the Dominican League for a couple of years, and he's probably going to be ready to go to the major leagues and manage the Los Angeles Angels. I would think Pujols is a no-brainer for that job there, and he'll get that job, I would believe. So that seems pretty good. And we'll see tonight also with Thursday Night Football, man. The Niners going to send out their really injury battered lineup a little bit, so we'll get to the preview here in just a moment. And also Dylan Gabriel taking all the snaps with the number one unit in Cleveland. Seems like a good idea, doesn't it, to put in a really green rookie on your travel week to the UK. That seems like a real smart move. Seems like some good Brown stuff going on there a little bit. All right. Okay, let's get to some of the previews here today and then get rolling with our show. And glad to have you along here on the Morning Steam. All right, here we go. Who else is here? Jerry Davis liking New Mexico State. And he's worried about the move because you got an 0-4 team that's 0-4 against the spread. And the line's moving in their favor. NYC Bar says Detroit Padres and Yankees. I'll take it, Bar. Let's go. And let's go to the previews and start with that NFL game. Hey, I swept my high roller premiums over at Tony's Picks yesterday with Cleveland, with the Boston Yankees under, and with the Dodgers and the Reds over. We did have the Dodgers here yesterday on the show on the run line there. So we also had the Padres and the Cubs under here yesterday as well. All right. Let's get into the games here right now for today with the 49ers taking on the Rams. There you see it, 9-45. Okay, what happened? Maybe down to 44.5 here at a few spots right now. And so we know that this one opened, probably as low as 3 for the most part. But as those injuries started to trickle in, and now we've got even more injuries on the Niners side, well, that's caused a huge shift in the line this week. But do they know it's a division game, and do you care that Brock Purdy is out and Mac Jones is back in here? I mean, he's played as much as Purdy so far this season. I think they probably have 2 games each, right? And we've already said, has Mac Jones already supplanted Brock Purdy as the quarterback of the Giants Not to say that Mac Jones is any big improvement or anything like that, but he might be just as capable in the end. It's Brock Purdy's job here. He just has an injury, and they have Jones, who, because of his experience and the timeline of his experience, right, from the days of the Patriots to Jacksonville, when you start to experience more teams as a quarterback, you're going to be a little bit more steady and stable. Jones has already shown to be decent so far, and well, he's going to have to do it with a little bit of CMC, of course. It's going to be a heavy dose of CMC tonight because of the injury problems here to the 49ers coming in with especially their wide receiver core. You've got Jawan Jennings. He's out of this game. You've got Ricky Pearsall. He's out of this game. Jordan Watkins. He's out of this game as well. Kittle's been out for a while now, and they're down to their backup tight end here at this point. So Mac Jones will have to make do with a heavy dose of CMC. Now, the thing is, Rams are excellent defensively and probably do have a little bit of an advantage being able to key on CMC here, but he's such a great player, right? Can you really just slow him all the way? So far, his production continues to be, I won't say off the charts, but it's not like he's up and down. I mean, he's so consistent already here. It's just that for me, I will say it's not a part of it is a part of the handicap, but it's not the key part for me. Is the Rams, to me, have the number one run defense in the league. I know there's some other teams playing some good defense for sure, but they'll have to stop McCaffrey, who has had, what can you say? Just a monster game so far this season, or at least very, very strong games. He's probably exceeded his expectations, albeit just slightly, in every game so far this season, and they'll have to turn to him again here. It just happens to play right into the Rams' strengths. I'm not sure that will matter because of the volume and the greatness of McCaffrey and whoever else is in there with him. Of course, they do have Brian Robinson probably going to get a little bit of action here. Also, Kyle Jusic as well. Guerrero seems to have fallen a little bit out of favor with those other guys being able to produce right now. But the other thing is the Rams, they kind of shut down receivers, at least the number ones and the Rams have a very strong defense for sure. But so the Niners will have Kendrick Bourne in there, of course, DeMarcus Robinson in there, and probably MVS as well as at tight end today. Probably my favorite one of my favorite plays today, certainly on the props list, is going to be Jake Tongas here after his monster game, 58 receptions, 58 yards, 3 receptions, and a touchdown. Look for Tongas tonight, maybe as an undervalued prop. I don't know. It's starting to feel like he's getting a little bit popular with the sharper plays, if you will. But I want to go to Tongas tonight to be able to work here with Jones. I think he'll be the key player, actually, for the 49ers tonight to try to stay in this game. Now, for the Rams, they'll be able to get the run game going, I'm sure, with Kyron Williams tonight and see a little bit of Blake Corum in there as well. But you know what? The one thing that now Devontae is on everyone's list apparently for a touchdown tonight. Any value or whatever's being offered isn't there, but he's probably worth a look at a touchdown tonight, Devontae. He may end up getting his numbers for sure, but I'm not totally sold on Stafford lighting it up or anything. In fact, outside of Adams, I'm kind of neutral on Puka Nacua just because of the high numbers here. I mean, his props are totally jacked tonight for sure. And, maybe they'll get there, maybe they won't, but man, it just seems so high to play Puka here. In fact, I also have a little bit of fade on the rest of the Rams passing game here outside of the tight end spot where Colby Parkinson. I have to go with Colby tonight on these numbers. They seem to be pretty low, and I think Colby Parkinson could get in there, but also Davis Allen maybe receiving just as much time. So I'm going to try to fit the tight ends here for both teams in the game tonight for sure. Now, defensively, I think the 49ers have a pretty good matchup and can do enough neutralizing here to stay within this double digit, basically, is all I have to do, right at 9. Maybe there's some 8.5s out there. This is a division game. I still want to take the points here, and I'll just take my lumps if the Rams blow out the injured Niners here tonight. Let's hear from you in the chat, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game, our game tonight between the 49ers and the Rams. Here comes the chat all-stars. Justin is leading us off here. He's got the 49ers. He's got under tonight in this one with the look. Rams have a really solid defense. How about Stafford to throw an interception? Jerry says, why is the line so big? Would you have taken the Rams? Jerry, I don't want to say all the way back at 3.5 but it was. Cash Kane says, I'll smoke them tonight. Rams for VAR here. And Nuke says, hopefully CMC survives, right? It's like, we're going to throw this guy out there and let him lead the way, and hopefully we don't have to carry him to the infirmary, says Nuke. Terrell said, look, yesterday the Yerfies were coming in, the pitchers were getting nervous, and the top of the lineups were coming through. All right, Chris says, I can't do it, even with this big spread. I think those injuries are too much. I kind of just portray the Rams as the 49ers as a pretty good organization with their depth. Like I said, I read just some of the players they're going to need to come through here, and they have other injuries too in the wide receiver core, all the way down to I don't know how good. Like I said, I mentioned MVS. I imagine MVS has to get some action here, and maybe even Sky more tonight. But like I said, Luke Farrell has kind of fallen out of favor here for Jake Tongas right now. It feels like Tongas is the man, and he might actually be a rising tight end star right now. We'll see, but I almost want to say I don't want to go with breakout game tonight for Tongas. He might have already had that in the last start when he had the touchdown, and it was only 5 targets and 3 receptions. But Tongas could be the one that eventually he has 2 touchdowns already this season. So I would think that the matchup there, or the connection between Jones and Tongas might be the secret sauce, a formula tonight for San Francisco to get it done. So we'll see if I'm right. Sometimes I'm right. Terrell says he's got the under in this one for a Thursday night, right? I mean, come on, we know how it goes on Thursday night when you got those short weeks here. Short weeks for one team. So far, the Thursday night games are 1-3 to the under, averaging 46 points per game. Now we're right here, and I think there was one. We know one game kind of set those numbers off a little bit. So we'll see here. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and go with the under in the first half for the game between San Francisco and the Rams. Give me the under here in the first half in the game tonight. Jerry's going San Francisco and the over. He likes a 27-20 nuke, says Rams for him. First half and full game. Blake is on the under here. Jimmy's going under. And Nuke says you've got Mac Jones and you got top receivers out. Not a good recipe here, possibly. Bobby Mack says, hey, good morning to Robert. And Jimmy says he likes Tongas here because of the Rams. Yep, I got him that low. I might even have him lower than that, Jimmy. And, hey, I want to say hello to Sandy Brammer joining us. He said the Rams have won the last 3 in this series. Let's talk about that. Sandy, good job. Appreciate you being a member of the chat all-stars here right now. The great chosen one is on the under here with me. in this one. And, oh, man, Rinder Connect and Medjedovic just had a retirement. I had the over in that match.
Final.
Well, at least I get a refund, but it was 7-6 in the first set. You know that thing was going over 22 games. Oh, well, my luck. I've had 3 retirements in the last 2 days where it looked like I might win. All right, chosen one right there as well. Okay. Anyway, I want to talk about the series history with these two. You mentioned it. The Rams winning these games here of late. 49ers have won 5 of the last 7 visits to L.A. Underdogs are 4-0-1 against the spread in the last 5 in this series. And why not? I mean, this is a division series of, certainly one of a pretty good rivalry going back to the day. You can remember plenty of those San Francisco, LA games back in the day before, all my life. Anyways, for the 49ers, all 4 of their games so far have been decided by 5 points or fewer. The last 3 games, the 49ers are averaging here just about 75 yards on the ground. So 49ers have allowed 280 yards per game so far this season. They are -5 in turnovers, so that's what they want to make sure they don't do here is cough it up. But the Rams are so, I don't want to say they're dumb.
Final.
I mean, it's supposed to have a good, we know coach is great and all, but gosh, they kind of give it away. They had some bad clock management, right? Trying to win the game there and end up, giving the ball back. So they're not always that great on late game situations, it feels like. But Niners are 0-3 as an underdog on the road in their last 3. I mean, it's basically once a year, but they have failed to cover in their last 3 situations. And here, 49ers are 7-2 against the spread their last 9 in division road games. So Rams so far have allowed 9, 19, and 20 points in their wins, but 33 in their one loss. They won their home games 14-9 and 27-20. So that defense was on display a little bit here for sure. The Rams, they're allowing 285 yards per game. The Rams are also 14-7 against the spread. Their last 22 off of a win. Rams also 9-13 against the spread. Last 22 as a home favorite. So I'm going to go with that under in the first half here. In this one, Bobby Mack's going to take those points. And Flea Mathis is here as well. Have the Rams ever won 4? I'm going to say, without looking, Sandy, I'm going to say yes, but only because they played forever. And if it isn't, I'd be surprised. But all right, that'll do it for the NFL. Appreciate it, gang. We'll be here tonight. Make sure you join us at 8 p.m., a little bit before, probably 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific, for the NFL tonight here on Thursday night. All right, let's move on here and take a look at college football. We got one game tonight here with Sam Houston on the road, taking on New Mexico State in this one. All right, Sam, favorite here on the road. Let's bring this one down a little bit, see what's going on here with Sam. We know New Mexico State, they have their own set of issues, but Sam so far has been pretty dreadful. They're 0-4 straight up, and they're 0-4 against the spread, and they failed to cover by an average of 10 points per game so far for Sam. They've definitely fallen here a little bit. They're nearly last in the country, averaging minus 2.3 yards per play in comparison to their opponents. So how are you going to lay 2 points on the road with these guys? They are off of a bye, and New Mexico State does have their short week here off playing New Mexico, where they blew it. They were up 17-7 in the last game, beating New Mexico, their rival, make no mistake, and then they were outscored from there 31-3. So New Mexico State hasn't looked too good either, but Coach Sanchez did say it would be a big week for New Mexico State to bounce back from that. And New Mexico State, they play in these little weekday games quite a bit at home over the last few years. Since we've gotten these Wednesday, sometimes it's been Tuesday even, and sometimes it's Thursday. And New Mexico State does pretty well at home in these games for sure. So far, Sam Houston also have been dominated in the stats so far this season, and the Aggies are tough to run against. Sam Houston has been pretty weak offensively, and they've been giving up some big points on defense. And New Mexico State, they're a passing team now. Particularly now, 90% of their offense is coming through the air here. Now, that doesn't mean you're good or anything, but, when you're playing a team that hasn't even covered a spread yet by at least 10 points, for some reason, Sam Houston here was made the favorite in this game. Actually, Circa did open New Mexico State a 2-point favorite, but most of the openers here were Sam as the favorite. So, let me hear from you if you like this game tonight. We have a game here. Sam Houston's just 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 games, including 0-6 against the spread on the road. Now, you can't say New Mexico State's doing anything special. They're just 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games. They're also just 4-11 straight up in their last 15. But New Mexico State 12-5 against the spread in their last 17 home games. That's basically, a couple of seasons for sure here. So, they still got it there a little bit at home. I'm going to go over in the first half in this one between Sam Houston State and New Mexico here. New Mexico's gone over in 9 of their last 12 games overall, full game, and over in 4 of their last. And Sam Houston's gone over in 4 of their last 5. So New Mexico likes to throw the ball a lot, and 53.5, that might not be enough here. Sam might be able to get their own too. Remember, New Mexico State did give up 38 points there to the Lobos. All right, see what you got in the chat here in this one, and give me the winner. Chat All-Stars. Hey, don't forget, you can make a comment in the chat and become eligible for a free subscription to my plays, and hopefully we'll come through with a few more winners here today. We'll be throwing down a little bit, but it's really going to be all about tomorrow when it comes to, tomorrow too, but also Saturday. We'll have plenty of plays there on Saturday, probably come in close with maybe 9 to a dozen plays on Saturday here with college football. So here we go. We got Chosen One, leaning 2, New Mexico State here. Robert likes the over, and Var likes the over, and Justin likes the over. And okay, right? Terrell says he got to think that the old reverse psychology, Vegas angle, right? Win this team 4 games, 0-4 on the road, 0-4 on the spread. They're a 2-point favorite. How is we don't have this one right? The Sharps just pinning it back and saying, of course, lay the points on the road. SF Niner also liking Flaherty there under, and also taking a little action here in is that in what did I say? What did I say is going on today with the Europa League? Yeah, I'll get it. My brain. I might have to take. I do take that creatine. That's supposed to help my brain and my muscles. So maybe it's not working. Trevor going over here. SF Niner likes the Knicks. Hey, I don't care if SF Niner with the Knicks or the Sixers here. We just got a fun game tonight. And, we will see some, obviously in the first preseason game, see probably some reserves a little bit. I'll talk about it here in just a few moments with the preview tonight. But you know what? In Dubai, it's a first game, so there will be. But I would say for a first preseason game, we'll see some regulars, the ones that are able and capable of playing, in there just a little bit longer. You got to you got to please that Dubai money. You got him to come here, and so you got to have it. All right, Jerry says Sam Houston offense and Hunter Watson are so bad. I can't really go on the over here. I do have a couple of plays here, I think, in the college game for the props as some players to focus in on here tonight. And get that for you here right now and see what you think on that, because the thing was I do like the matchup here probably for Watson. I just think that for the Bearcats to be in this, they probably need to run, and they might not be able to. I think both teams actually at this level have pretty decent run defenses. They wouldn't stand up against any real teams, but against one another, I think that's why the game turns into a passing affair. And I think Sam Houston, it may be perceived that they're the favorite because of Watson actually, and it's supposed to be a good matchup for these receivers, but no one is doing anything right now. I think that Watson is being hamstrung by a little bit of incapable receivers here, a little bit from Grady O'Neal. He's had a little bit of action here, and Avion Smith-Mack as well, but who are these guys type of thing, even with Sam Houston. So O'Neal's a guy who hasn't even been on the radar, and he's moving quickly up. He might actually be okay to he's not even on some of the props here, and he might get enough action today after getting a catch for 22 yards last week. It feels like Malik Phillips, who I don't know what his story was. Was there an injury with Phillips here? Let me look real quick, because he was a no-show in that last game. Okay, O'Neal questionable. O'Neal is questionable, so probably take that up arrow off on him. TK King for New Mexico State. We already know that he's going to have trouble making this lineup. So these receivers on Sam Houston kind of weak, and they should be better because you've got a guy like Watson here who should be able to get something done. But obviously Texas was too much for him, and then having missed, the Hawaii game there. But all right, and as for New Mexico State, I mean, Fife. He should have much better success here. I think Fife should be able to easily get some of his numbers here, it feels like. In this one, he had a good game against Tulsa with 248 yards and 2 touchdowns. Was okay against Louisiana Tech. They got blown out of that one. And then last week, 255 yards, but an interception. He got sacked a bunch of times. But he actually has the targets here, I think. And Valpo, here he had the big game, of course, against New Mexico, 6 receptions for 97 yards. He should have a strong game. And P.J. Johnson basically has been inconsistent here, but I don't think he's on the injured list. So I don't know. New Mexico State should be able to score. Okay, I think that'll do it for that one. Let's see here. SF Niners going with the basketball game here already for tomorrow. And Brunson here also. He likes Brunson. And Terrell says this game may go over today. We've already seen a big move to the over, right, Terrell? There, I was going to do a little preview. SF Niner, like a little bit of tennis here tonight. I saw some other good matches coming up later tonight from over there, and also Lerner Tien going up against Kekmanovic in a near pick'em, but good to have Sonny Cartel coming out that big win against Noskaba, says SF Niner. Man, the tennis was good this morning. All right, and let's see. Jerry likes that Tongass. Oh, he says under receptions and yards is positive EV. Oh, maybe that would indicate, right, Jerry? I think that would indicate that he's become too popular. Maybe I'm on a square guy there a little bit. All right, Jimmy's going to switch to the Padres now. Hope they get this one today. Let's go to the baseball and get those previews going. for the 3 games today, and there's been a little adjustment to the time because the Dodgers went out, so we can move these games up a little bit. I didn't know they were going to do that actually, but makes sense here. 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, Detroit and Flaherty going up against Slade Ciccone and the Cleveland Guardians. Now, to me, I think the series just shifted with that 5-run inning, and I think it's back to Detroit here being a total disaster, and maybe it's going to be difficult in this game for the Detroit Tigers here. One thing we've said kind of all season, at least here in the second half, has become a noticeable trend, right? That, the Tigers have been still a good season, even though they faded. I mean, they should have had 90 wins or more easy, but, the collapse. But Flaherty, as good as the Tigers have been, I say good, they're actually down 14 units this season. The Guardians are up 14 units this season. That should tell you right there what to do, kind of. But for Flaherty, the Tigers are 9-22 with Flaherty on the mound, and he was 8-15 this season. I'll have to figure that one out. I mean, basically winning 35% of his games, and even less than that as a team. So he comes in here, though. Okay, number 239 batting average against, but 307 BABIP per Slade Ciccone, 4.3 ERA, 1.18 whip coming in to this one. So let's see what you have here with the game between the Tigers and the Guardians today. And I'll go to the chat. Oops. And see what you guys have here for this first one. Can Detroit, pull another one out here against Ciccone and the Guardians. Okay, I'm getting my info together here, and I want to hear from you. But so Detroit, they have lost 11 out of their last 14 games overall. They've lost 6 of their last 8 against Cleveland. Cleveland's gone 15-4 straight up in their last 19 games coming in. They've also won 15 of their last 20 games at home. Detroit's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games, including 4 of their last 5 on the road. Cleveland's gone under in 14 of their last 20. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I'm going to go under in the first 5 here with Flaherty and Ciccone. Give me the under here in the first 5 in this one. And let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here. Trevor likes the Guardians on the money line. Bar likes Detroit here. Laker Boy doesn't like it. He doesn't like the best of 3 in the wild card. Laker Boy, you know what? It used to be one game. For several years, it was a one-game playoff. Now, I think we have enough money in Major League Baseball. I'd try to do it a one, maybe the first game at the road team, and then, or one team gets a home game. But you know what? The one thing that they did talk about it, who was it that said it? It was maybe I don't know if it was the commissioner, I want to say, because he'll boo him, but baseball is played in 3 and 4 game series, right? Not really even 5 or 7. I mean, every week, it's a 3-game series or it's a 4-game series, right? You play basically 10 days in a row, and then you get a day off. You either play a 3-3-4, a 3-4-3 or a 3-3-4, and then you get a day off. Chosen One says Cleveland team total over. Justin likes the over in this one. And Chris says he likes the Guardians to do it. Nuke says, I like the Guardians. Chosen One says, yeah, I think there is some momentum from that game. But Justin is on the Tigers there in the series. And Terrell says, look, they were 450 after the home run that put him up 2-1. What? Justin's on. Kerry Carpenter over. And Laker Boy, did the fans show up yesterday at all? And take a look at some of the numbers, maybe says NYC Bar with the matchup here, right? You do have Flaherty, pretty good numbers there against Cleveland, right? What do you say? Flaherty faced the Guardians this season. They lost, so good chance Cleveland wins. Yeah, but Flaherty, good numbers against Cleveland in his career against this expected lineup. 112 at-bats, 23 hits, 5 home runs, 205 batting average, and a 626 OPS and a 264 on-base percentage, 9 walks and 32 Ks. Flaherty, some decent numbers for sure against Cleveland coming into this game. That is a given. But again, I'm a little bit down on Flaherty for sure. Because, like I said, mostly because of what you see there about his one-loss record. Tigers and under. Flaherty's been here before. Fernando's here waiting for his Brewers. Roberts on the Guardians first 5. Fernando going under here. And Tariq says Tigers. And Terrell says it's a crucial game for Detroit. If they lose, no, that's it, Terrell. This is it. This is the last game. If they lose, there ain't no going forward. They must win. Winner advances, loser goes home. Okay, hope I got that right. Oh, I hope I'm reading Terrell's comment right. Okay. All right, let's move on here and take a look at the Padres. Oh, ready to go against the Cubs today. And, could it be that the Padres are the team that have the postseason experience here that maybe could be the reason why that they win the game here tonight? Look, it actually to me feels like a decent pitching matchup. Yeah, Darvish has had some issues for sure with nearly a 300 batting average allowed in his last 3 starts coming in. But Darvish has struggled on the road for sure, and Tyon's been very, very solid here. The Cubs bullpen's been doing a pretty good job too, even though we know that the Padres have the best bullpen in the league. They're going to have to come through here a little bit. There's some numbers that kind of favor the Cubs here. Remember, I kind of read a lot of them off actually before game 1, and they kind of still hold true a little bit here for this one. But, man, I hope the Padres can get this one. I'm on them again here. It doesn't matter. I'm taking them. Everybody knows I've been, kind of rooting here. Don't, hey, if you want to come in here and give me the business tomorrow, I won't care because I'll be mad. But I'll just take the Padres here to win. I'll hope they clutch up here with Manny, with Tatis, and this lineup. I'm not saying they're hotter. I'm not sure that they are, but I'm going to take them here in the game against the Cubs. Padres won 8 of their last 10. They've also won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two. Cubs are playing well, too. 4 of their last 5 overall they've won, and the Cubs are 5-2 in their last 7 games at home. Coming in, Padres have gone under in 5 of their last 7. Cubs have gone under in 4 of the last 5 meetings with the Padres, but I'm going to take the Padres here to win because, I'm rooting for them. All right, we'll hear from you. We can do a better handicap than that, or at least try to talk seriously about it anyway. With Darvish here coming in with a 5.38 ERA and ERA over 7 on the road, 245 batting average against. He's had some experience here for sure, but Padres are 9-6 with Darvish on the mound, with Tyon here, 3.68 ERA, 105 WHIP, 225 batting average against, a 234 BABIP. Here we go with some plays from you in the chat. And it's going to be Padres run line here for NYC Bar. Chosen One says Padres, he's got them to win this series. I got them to win the World Series. And Kevin says, no Cubs, no go Cubs, no go Cubs, go. No go Cubs, no. Nuke says both pitchers will be out of there early. Yeah, the Padres will not be afraid. I think this is the other advantage, Nuke, actually, if I'm going to actually give a true synopsis as to why the Padres can win this game. That both bullpens are a little bit taxed here, and I think when you have two taxed bullpens, the bullpen that is decidedly better will be better in the end. There's no doubt that the Cubs have been hot in the bullpen of late as well. They did a great job against the Padres last time. Cubs over, team total over here for Terrell. Padres for Nuke. And Tariq also says the experience maybe of the Padres. Justin's on the Padres. Hope you guys aren't just saying it, to keep me fired up for the game today. Bobby Mack is on the Padres because we'd love to take on those Brewers. And Robert says under in this one. I'm taking the Padres here. I do have some positive EV with the or some CLV or some kind of V with the Padres with my futures bet, even though it's only the first round, because the Padres here are already, much lower favorite than the odds that I got them at, 25-1 to win the World Series. I did that right after the playoffs last year, and now the Padres, of course, are about more like 25-2. Dodgers are down to 3-1. The Phillies would like to get a shot at that Dodger bullpen. They're waiting. And Trevor's got the Cubs today. All right, I'm on the Padres. Let's go to the third game here. The Red Sox on the road. I got an early Schlittler. I don't know about you, but you do have, I want to just mention here, interesting note about Connolly Early here, who has had a wild ride just to get to this point. Not only this season, but it feels like in his career. This is a man who started his pitching career pitching for Army at West Point, a college there, and also, transferred. I think he made a couple of transfers in there, but then got drafted in here to Boston. And he's been on such a fast track here, the major leagues right now, pitching this crucial third game of the wild card round. Imagine that. He becomes the first pitcher to ever pitch in a deciding game in a major league postseason game with less than 30 days experience on a major league roster. And you know what? He's pretty good. In fact, if I had to compare him to Schlittler as far as prospects are concerned, I think Early might be twice the prospect here that Schlittler is. Am I right? Now, Schlittler has pretty good numbers here, 14 starts, 2.96 ERA. This rookie's done well, 1.22 whip. Early has just 4 starts, a 2.33 ERA, 109 of the whip. No, these guys have not pitched against one another yet so far. Who does that favor? When you're a rookie, you're going to be nervous out there, but you haven't faced them. Usually it's always if you haven't faced a pitcher, the pitcher has the advantage. But Boston here, they haven't been hitting that well over the past week or so, but the bullpen's been doing hot. The Yankees bullpen's been pretty hot too, it feels like here of late. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys have here. Boston and the Yankees, Game 3. One of them's going home. We're in prime time tonight, right up against the football game. In fact, it will start at 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific. So it is right up against that football game. Boston's won 10 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams. Yankees have won 9 of their last 10. They've won 8 of their last 9 games at home coming into this one. But Boston's won 6 of the last 8 games here in Yankee Stadium between these two teams. Boston's gone under in 6 games in a row coming in right now. And the Yankees have gone under in 5 of their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Let's go chat and see what you have in this big one tonight. It's going to be Boston here for chosen one. Trevor's on the over. And Justin likes the over in this one as well with those rookie pitchers going. Here's Barr. He likes the Yankees on the run line. Tariq may be leaning here, Yankees. Sandy likes the Yankees. And also the over here. All right. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if I'm feeling it necessarily, but I'm gonna.
Final.
Whoop. All right, give me the under here in the first five with Boston and the Yankees tonight. I think the pitchers will do pretty well. They might be out of there early. Early, get it? Early. Can't, Connolly early. I think he'll look good actually here. We'll see, but bullpens are looking good here as well. So even if they get into it early here, I keep saying that, but maybe they'll be in there for just a few innings, and then we'll have lots of bullpen action with these two, and then we'll see. Let's see. Bo Jackson's here today. Likes the Yankees on the money line. Thank you, Bo. All right, you guys. I think that's a great look at the action there in the major leagues today. And Bo is ready to go. He'll be ready to go watch the Yankees and the Jays. He's looking forward to it. He's one of our Jays correspondents. Okay, gang. That's pretty much it for the main board, but I did list the preseason NBA game here, and we're going to start. This game's in about 2 hours over in Dubai with the 76ers and the Knicks, so we won't see everybody, I guess, out there today, but we'll see what we get out of these two teams. Kind of checking the news wire a little bit, see how these teams are going to approach the game here in Abu. I think I said Dubai 10 times. The game's actually in Abu Dhabi here, and at the Etihad Arena. So, like I said, I think we'll see the players, maybe the players, the better players that are healthy and capable, playing just a little bit more here in this first game. Of course, the Sixers come to Abu Dhabi without Embiid, of course, and Paul George, but Jared McClain will be in there, or he'll be out of this game as well. So that means Tyrese Maxey will probably get a little bit of extended run here on this preseason trip. He might be one of the big stars out there for sure here, but also Kelly Oubre out there. VJ Edgecombe's going to be getting some extended minutes for sure. So Sixer fans going to see how he gets going. Maybe also see Tobias Harris and Mo Bamba out there for Coach Nurse in this one. And for the Knicks, here they're going to be regarded as the better team. They are favored here in this game. The spread here is the Knicks by 6, and the total is moving upwards of 221.5. I think I have 220 listed on the screen here, but I think we've already seen this one kind of on the move. Maybe it will be more of a showcase here for the league. I don't think we're going to be getting down to business any defense in this one, but we'll see what the Knicks do here now under Coach Brown. I think that's the key here. So that'll provide him a chance to get comfortable right now with his, the way he does things with his defense and how he's going to rotate these guys. But we'll see if we get Brunson out there. We get Karl Anthony Towns, OG. We'll see Julius Randle if he's healthy and now active in the preseason. I don't know if I have all the personnel ready to go just yet. So we'll just temper our enthusiasm here for game one, but maybe some DiVincenzo, maybe Miles McBride be out there as well. And I'm going to end up here trying the Sixers in this one, plus the points. I know the Knicks are going to run out there with a much better team here, but in a preseason tilt, I'm just going to take the points here out of matter of principle, I think, right now. And we'll see if we get a little bit of Maxey versus Brunson and how will that front court depth of the Sixers actually match up. That's where they would end up getting clubbed in the regular season. The Knicks will enter here much deeper and healthier, but Maxey can certainly catch fire in a feature game like this. So, all right, let's see if you guys had any comments on the basketball game here. All right. I think Terrell says here will be a high score just because of the Yeah, we'll be previewing. I don't do NHL preseason previews, but NBA we'll do on most days. Maybe not during football days, but during the week, next week, the next week or two, we'll be previewing NBA preseason pretty much every day. Yankees here for D Money. Bar likes the Knicks on the money line. Robert likes the over here in this one. All right, I think that's it for the morning steam. There is, like I said, I think the soccer features today with the Europa League. The golf is just underway. More tennis tonight as well, and fighting this weekend. So really appreciate you guys getting in here, stopping by. We're back tomorrow with more morning steam. Five college football games on tap, a couple on the small board as well, CFL tomorrow night, and get you ready for this weekend. Should be a fun weekend. All right, let's do the drawing here right now. But first, I want to remind everyone to follow me over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more plays from me. We're going to start picking it up here, so appreciate your patience for everyone that's a long-term subscriber. And we're not just having very many plays because of the, light card here for the last couple of days of baseball season now over. But we'll be ready to fire in for sure, especially with basketball. And then before you know it, college basketball. Where you'll really hopefully get your money's worth with me with those extra plays. Use the promo code STEAM to save 15% off all those premium big packages from me. And don't forget the other guys, Mikey and Jeff and Sean, with their winnable as well. This is how you support me here on the channel. Kind of a independent contractor a little bit over here. So yeah, we love the support on the Sports Money Network and love all your donos, contributions. But if you want to support me and make me come back here every day, maybe you don't want me to come back, but if you do want me to come back, please consider getting this subscription, get these extra plays from me. You'll get notified via the alerts there, usually within 30 minutes before the big games. I'll send out my card here, and and also in college football, probably have close to a dozen games this Saturday, and NFL you should come in with at least 5 or 6 games on those cards as well. All right, let's hear from Mike, and then we'll get back here with the drawing, and then I'll let you go.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. And yeah, subscribe to the plays there over at winnable.com. Let's bring up the drawing here right now and see who's going to win a month worth of those plays. You can sample them, try them out, see how I do. Wow, we had 30 commenters today. Nice job, everybody. We had a little football in there today, of course. Let me get the right set up here and do the drawing. I want to thank the top commenters here today. AOD was number 1, Tariq number 2, Var number 3, Terrell number 4, Trevor number 5, Blake number 6, Justin number 7, Cash K number 8, Chosen One number 9, and SF Niner was in there at number 10. Let's do the drawing here right now. Here we go. Jimmy, Chosen One, Blake, AOD, Jimbo, Stop Geo, Bo, Chris, and the winner here is Nuke. Nuke's in there. I think Nuke's in there. I'll add another month to Nuke. I think he's in there. He might not be in there. If he isn't, he is now. Use the promo code WINNERNUKE if you want to get those subscription plays delivered. Nuke can handle it on his own. He gives us some great plays here every day. So appreciate everyone here joining me. And hey, you know what? We're also just days away from the start of the NHL season. We'll be ready to go here in just 5 days. Look, I'm looking for a spot to jump in here a little bit in the NHL preseason, but I'm not sure it is going to be yet today with what we've seen. We've seen some okay results so far. I'm not going to be too down on it, but there we go. Let me keep myself back in here. There we go. And a few more comments here and get on out of here. Thank you to the team. Yeah, appreciate it, you guys. Just some more salutations. So, all right, thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here on the show. Back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with more Morning Steam. But Mikey will be here tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Preview the primetime action, including those football games and also the late baseball game there. He'll have a nice little show for us. And then we'll come on in here with the Thursday night coverage here tonight. And, there are 7 games in the NHL. Maybe today's the day. I mean, we're already, like I said, we're just days away here right now from those season openers on Tuesday. 3 games to go, and we're ready to go here in the NHL with the preseason. Where did you go? We've already been in a week, and it seems like we're almost ready to start the season here in the National Hockey League. We need it. We need some games to talk about and to bet on. So, all right, everybody, that'll do it. Catch you tomorrow here on the Morning Steam and for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Gonna cash, then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.